Welcome everyone to the Riverside Antler Breakfast. Like every year, the theme of this event is all about supporting local, and that flyover of Riverside you just saw included all of our wonderful local sponsors, whom we'll share more about in a bit. I'm your host, John Paulson of J&C Toronto Real Estate Group, and one of the proud organizers of this year's fundraiser, all in support of the local Rivertowne Breakfast Program. I'd encourage you to share a bit about yourself in the chat and participate throughout the event by sharing any comments, questions, or shout-outs in the chat throughout. It's so nice to see so many familiar folks. Welcome. While it's the 10th annual Riverside Antler Breakfast, it's our second year hosting this event virtually, and you're in for a special treat. We'll be going to some places where magic happens, and we'll be doing some things you wouldn't normally be able to experience in person. While this is great, we certainly miss being able to get together with all of you, and we thank you sincerely for your support and for joining us here. Our program for you today will help you to put a face to many of the key folks involved in the Riverside Antler Breakfast and the Rivertowne Breakfast Program, while adding some ideas to your culinary repertoire and enjoying song and trivia and hearing from some very special guests. All the while, we have our amazing Support Local auction running in the chat with items from our small business community here in Riverside. You can place your bids throughout the event in the chat. We've got the silent auction items, their value, and starting bids posted in the chat now, so please bid generously throughout the event. I'll give a signal to get your last bids in about 5 minutes before the end of the show. Keep your eye on the chat at the end, as the winners will be announced there. Now, we are going to a message from one of our very special guests, the big guy in red and white. Yes, it's Santa, along with his rain dog Copper. Enjoy this welcome message.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Santa here with my faithful rain dog Copper, and we're coming to you this year live from my living room. Because of all the supply side shortages, the workshop is just full of backlogged toys. So we decided we'd give you a little peek behind the scenes into Santa's own house. This year's been a really hard year for lots of people. It's been hard to stay on the nice list with all of the challenges that COVID has brought us. But we want you to know that everything you do around Christmas to keep things happy and festive, the lights on the trees, the decorations, all help make everything merry and bright. And lots of people have been asking this year, is Santa vaccinated? And I want to say, yes, I've got both my shots, and Copper has her shots too. This year, we're pleased that more people will be able to get together. You still have to keep that distance, but this year, unlike last year, we can all get together and celebrate the holiday season. Hope everybody will have a safe holiday season, and don't forget to send your letters to Santa so I know exactly what you'd like. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks, Santa. Now, I'm pleased to share some more welcome messages from our elected officials, Councillor Paula Fletcher, MPP Peter Tabbins, and MP Julie DeBruzen, who have all been longtime supporters of this initiative through donations of time and support since the very beginning. Over to you, Paula, Peter, and Julie.
Hello, I'm City Councillor Paula Fletcher, and welcome to the 2021 virtual Antler Breakfast. I'm so sad we're not able to meet in person again this year, but the organizers have put together a fantastic virtual event for us. I also want to congratulate the organizers on a special anniversary. This is the 10th year of the Antler Breakfast, and I'm happy to have been there for the founding with Chef Scott. I wish you all a safe, happy, and a healthy holiday season full of love and laughter and care. Stay well, be safe.
Good morning. I'm Peter Tabbins. I'm the MPP for Toronto Danforth. I want to welcome you all to the Antler Breakfast. It doesn't get a lot better than eating well to do good. And by being part of this morning's breakfast, you're definitely both eating well and doing good. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful holiday season. And thank you all for being part of this wonderful effort.
Welcome to the Riverside Antler Breakfast. This is one of my favorite events of the holiday season because we get to eat together. I love food and good company, but we also get to support an amazing program right here in the community with the Rivertowne Breakfast Program. It provides a nice, healthy breakfast to kids before they go to school, and it's run by some amazing community volunteers like Joan King. So welcome to everyone. Have a great breakfast and let's enjoy some time together for the holiday season.
Now I'd like to share a bit of background about the Riverside Antler Breakfast and the good cause we are fundraising for, the Rivertowne Breakfast Program. The Riverside Antler Breakfast was launched in 2011 by Chef Scott as a fundraiser in collaboration with the Riverside BIA and local businesses. Since 2016, the event has been hosted at the Ralph Thornton Community Centre, which is an incredible partner and space that is welcoming and accessible to everyone in the community. Once again, this is just the second time hosting this event virtually.
Chef Scott was like a member of our team. He saw an area of need and he, helped fulfill that. He always made time for community. Rivertowne Breakfast Program wouldn't be the same without Chef Scott. And he's inspired us all to get together, support community, and do so for a great cause every year.
He loved cooking for the community, and I'm sure he would be happy to know the Antler Breakfast is continuing.
He was a lot of fun. He loved to tell good stories, particularly if he had a glass of wine in his hand.
Someone who could always be counted on for some good humor and great food.
As many shared, while we truly miss Chef Scott, we are so honored to be carrying on his legacy of giving with this important fundraiser in his memory. Well, as the Antler Breakfast has long supported the Rivertowne Breakfast Program, we wanted to share behind the scenes of this incredible work by Joan King and the Rivertowne Safety First group, comprised of women leaders dedicated to making a positive impact in their community. The breakfast program runs every Friday year-round to provide about 150 children, seniors, and people with different abilities in the local community with a free hot breakfast. It also aims to give folks something to look forward to while building a sense of community.
My name is Joan King, the founder of the Rivertowne Breakfast Program. We've been doing the breakfast for 12 years, but 10 years is our anniversary for the Antler Breakfast. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. In order for I to hold this, I put my food in my friend's fridge. Yeah. When we started with about 27 residents. Before the corona, we reached about 84 to 90 residents. Since coronavirus, we're over 150 residents that we serving every Friday from my house that I cook the breakfast.
I am.
For doing the program for so long, 10 years, you become a family, you become your kids.
This is Joan King. She's a king, but she's our queen. Don't forget.
I know the residents who don't take salt, who like the egg a certain way. By doing it for so long, it's just natural.
How much food would you say you go through on an average Friday?
Actually, I would say about 240 eggs, 22 packs of bacon, 8 boxes of pancakes, fruits, cheese, bagel. So it's very important for us also to have volunteers, because if some days I don't have volunteers, I have to cook, deliver, and it's very strenuous for me to do that. So
Coming in hot. Oh, Jack, okay.
Yeah.
Sharon's husband,
Yeah,
Jack.
For right now, the people who really benefiting from it is the TCHC residents, and also the seniors, the youths, and people with disability. That's all the people who benefit from it. I want people to feel special. You know, sometimes some people can afford to buy bacon. Or some people might say, I don't have the time to get up, I don't have the strength.
My daughter should have a sugar too. She's diabetic, so she'll have to eat a certain time, like 8 o'clock. So Friday is like, for me, it's like break. I don't have to worry about nothing. Just pick up the breakfast here, take there, and they're good to go. John is a blessing to have her. You can see what she does. Anybody needs anything, she's there for it.
I find it amazing how many residents you know by name, by order, what floor, what house.
Yeah.
But
because I used it for doing this for so long, it become like, you know, you're like your regulars. If you're in a business, you have regular customers. And I would also like to say thanks to the BIA. Thank you to Rob Tartan Center. Thank you, Chef Scott is not there, but I still will tell him thanks. You hear up there. And thanks to everybody who support the breakfast program, because without this supporting the breakfast program, I don't think we could do a breakfast program in Rivertowne without that support.
what an amazing initiative. Without Joan and the team's hard work, this program would simply not be possible. Now I'd like to introduce you to Chef Tara Lee from beloved local Riverside business Eastbound Brewing Co. If you ordered an Antler Breakfast brunch box, you should have it on hand now, as Chef Tara will take us through what's inside and how to prepare her recipe shared right in the box. Take it away, Chef Tara.
Hi, I'm Tara Lee, chef of Eastbound Brewing Company. First of all, I want to thank everyone for purchasing one of the Antler Breakfast brunch boxes. Let's take a look inside. So this year's brunch box, first and foremost, the most important part, you get a set of antlers, which you must put on immediately. You get a bag of bagels, freshly ground coffee, very important, some smoked trout, cream cheese, eggs, some tea, we've got potatoes, onions, avocado, pea meal bacon, a little bit of butter, and some fresh fruit salad. Today, I'm going to be making a bagel, egg in a hole with Eastbound's Everything Spice and some pea meal potato latkes. The nice part about this recipe is that while one thing is cooking, you can be doing the other. So first thing I did was take my pea meal bacon slices and I just cooked them quickly. You'll need them to be fully cooked for inside of the potato latkes. Next, you're going to want to grate your potato and your onion. Grate it all the way down. Depending on who I would do maybe 1-2 potatoes for 3 to 4 people. Next, you want to grate a little bit of onion in there for flavor. Once that's fully grated, you just want to squeeze out any excess moisture that's in there, because then that way they'll cook evenly and they won't get sort of boiled in the pan as opposed to nice and crispy. So just with your hands, or you can put it in a towel, you just want to squeeze out any of that extra starch. Your next step is to add in your pea meal. So So they're already cooked. Just gonna line them up. It's gonna go directly in. You wanna add 1 egg. About a teaspoon of baking powder. Salt and pepper. So make sure you're seasoning along the way. You're gonna mix this all together. The mixture is gonna be a little bit wet, but you don't want it to have any extra moisture. There we go. So you can see how it's a little bit wet, the potatoes sticking together, but it's not full of moisture. So, then you're gonna get your non-stick pan. Let that heat up on sort of medium-high heat. We're gonna take a little bit of our potato mixture. I like to make them about the same height so they all cook evenly. And you're gonna wanna let those get nice and crispy on one side. We're gonna flip them and then we're gonna pop them in the oven while we do the bagel. You can see that they're starting to get a little bit golden around the edges. Let's take a look. Yeah. Great. We're gonna pop these in the oven while we do the bagel. So for our bagel preparation, we're gonna make a little bit of avocado cream cheese. All you need is a little bit of softened cream cheese and half of an avocado. You're just gonna put those two in a bowl together and give them a quick mix. Make sure you're seasoning with salt and pepper, make them nice and flavorful. And then for the egg in a hole, we're going to take one of our bagels. Make sure it's cut all the way through. We're just gonna use the top today. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so that it will hold the egg and cook a little quicker. Just like so. I'm going to butter the one side of the bagel. It's nice and toasted in the pan. So we're gonna put another pan on medium heat. So once the pan comes up to temperature, we're just gonna place the bagel in it, butter side down, just to let it start to toast. You can see the butter starting to bubble. We're gonna crack an egg right in the center. Turn it down just to low to medium heat, and we're just gonna let that egg cook. I'm gonna take our potatoes out of this oven, and I'm gonna put the egg in there just until it's runny on the inside, but the whites are cooked. You can see how they've gotten nice and golden brown. Potatoes cooked all the way through. Okay, so we had it in here now for about 5 to 7 minutes. You want to keep that yolk nice and runny because you've got this bagel all around it and the latkes that are going to be underneath it will soak up a lot of that. So now it's time to plate our dish. So you're going to want to grab that avocado cream cheese that you had made earlier. We're going to put that right down on the plate underneath your bagel. Take our bagel egg and whole. We're going to place that right on top. So now we've got a nice sauce. The yolk will soak up into that bagel. And we're going to add our potato latkes. Then you always want to season your egg yolk, and each of you will get some of the Eastbound Everything spice in the brunch box. This is a nice mixture of poppy seeds and sesame seeds and some salt, garlic, onion, and we're going to sprinkle that right on top. This is a perfect spot for that beautiful fruit salad that you got in the box. Perfect. So this is our bagel egg in a hole with Eastbound's everything spice and pea meal and potato latkes.
Thank you, Chef Tara. We'll be bringing in another chef for more brunch recipe ideas soon. But first, we're taking a break to have a quick bit of Riverside Antler Breakfast holiday trivia with Santa and Ms. Claus. You may remember her from last year. She says she's Santa's daughter. And now that we can get together a bit more again, they're both coming to us from Santa's place. We're looking for audience participation. Whoever gets the correct answer to each trivia question in the chat first gets an amazing local swag item from the Riverside BIA.
So now it's time for holiday trivia. It's part of the Riverside Antler Breakfast this year. The first question we have is, what is Santa's home postal code? You can type it in the chat for prizes. So, all right, that was an easy one.
And the answer is H-O-H-O-H-O. Ho, ho, ho!
Great. That was fun. Next question we have is, will we be getting a white Christmas this year?
Who knows for sure, but I'll go out on a limb and say somewhere in the world there will be a white Christmas this year.
And our next skill testing question is, what is the Antler Breakfast anniversary next year? How many years of the Antler Breakfast? Just type it in the chat.
Oh, that's a trick question. Next year is going to be the 11th anniversary because this year is the 10th special anniversary.
Absolutely. And for our last question we have...
Who's the most famous reindeer of all, recognizing that this one probably thinks it's different than the actual answer?
Yeah, just type your answer in the chat. Yep, somebody got it right away. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Although some people say it's actually Olive. You've heard of Olive the other reindeer.
Awesome. Thanks for playing trivia with us, and congrats to the winners.
Thanks to Santa and Ms. Claus, and congrats to the winners. Now everyone, don't forget to bid in the chat for our local auction items. I'm so happy to introduce at this time our Santa level supporter for the Riverside Antler Breakfast, Outline Financial. They're an incredible team of local mortgage brokers here in Riverside who not only get you the best rates, but truly care about the community and show that through their ongoing support. They've been an incredible Santa supporter of the Riverside Antler Breakfast since 2018. Here's a message from the Outline team.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Friesen from Outline Financial. I'm so excited to be the Santa sponsor for the 4th year in a row for the Riverside Antler Breakfast in support of the Rivertowne Breakfast Program. As someone that experienced food insecurity at a young age, I understand how important this program is to the community. I want to thank all of the sponsors and volunteers who make this happen every year.
Thank you, Outline team. We're going to be bringing in another special guest shortly, but just before that, we want to take a moment to recognize and thank our other Riverside Antler Breakfast community supporters. Now, on to our sponsors. Okay, a quick reminder, we have just 5-ish minutes before the Support Local auction closes. Please get your last bids into the chat. Next up, we're heading back to the kitchen with Chef Eva from Aveling Kitchen and Brewery to share another delicious recipe from the ingredients in the Riverside Antler Breakfast brunch box.
Hi, my name's Eva. I'm the chef at Aveling Kitchen and Brewery. Today I'm going to be pairing a little open face smoked salmon and egg toast that I like to make for myself for breakfast. So today we have some bagels, we have some cream cheese, we have some fresh eggs, some smoked salmon, butter, potatoes, avocado, and some red onion. First off, I have 2 eggs that I'm boiling at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's the way I like a nice jammy egg yolk center. I have here bagel cut in half. I'm gonna toast this up a little bit in my salamander. I have some potatoes here. I'm gonna turn on this stove a little bit. One of my favorite things is butter. Nice chunk of butter into your pan. I'm gonna thinly slice some potatoes. Make sure they're nice and wafer thin. That's all we'll cut. We'll drop those slices in with the butter. Next up, we're going to slice some red onions really finely. All right, our eggs are done at 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Right now, your potatoes are frying nicely. Give them a little flip, a little seasoning, a little pepper. You have a nice fresh avocado. So potatoes are done, nice and crispy. And you have all this leftover butter in your tray, which we will use to toast. See how our bread is nicely toasted? We're going to now fry this a little bit in the butter. Make sure your heat's at a small medium. You're gonna feed in just a little bit more butter. Make sure you really rotate that butter and your bread around so it's really soaking it up and gently frying. A good thing about a good breakfast sandwich is making sure that you have everything ready to plate. If the eggs are too hot for you, you're welcome to peel them under cold running water. All this while, you're checking your bread, make sure. Nice, see that? That's exactly the type of golden brown you're looking for. Now you flip it, so you make sure the bottom side is also getting toasted. It always helps to roll your soft-boiled egg before peeling it, as when you roll it, you're creating all these gentle little cracks on your egg. We're gonna cut it in half. Look at that nice jammy yolk, that's what you're looking for. That's how I like my eggs. You're welcome to put your eggs in for a full 8 minutes to 9 minutes if you want your egg fully cooked and well done. For me, this is how I like my eggs. I put a little bit of salt in each yolk. A little bit of black pepper. So the bottom is nice and golden as well, as you can tell. Remove that toast to your tray. Make sure all your heat's switched off. Now is the fun part, which is the assembly part. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of cream cheese, spread some cream cheese on the bread. Okay, now let's put a little bit of red onion. A little bit of red onion really helps cut through the fat. Here you see me put a few pieces of smoked salmon on one side, 2 sides, and then I layer it with a little bit of soft and crunchy potato all at the same time. Some potatoes, some salmon, and then a little bit of avocado. Start sending this out to your friends and your family. A smoked salmon, avocado, potato. A little open-faced toast. All right. So here you have my open-face, soft-boiled egg and smoked salmon toast. Hi, Joan. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Eva. Now I'm really hungry, and I can't wait to prepare that dish with my own Riverside Antler Breakfast brunch box. But first, let's enjoy a festive medley of Jingle Bell Rock by Rivertowne community members Angel and Angelique, and some of our Antler Breakfast special guests. We'll have the words up on the screen, karaoke style, so feel free to sing or hum along from home.
bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell time and jingle bell times. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square in the frosty air.
What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh.
Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock.
Mix and a mingle with the jingling beats. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
Thank you to all of our guests, organizers, and community supporters for making time and lending your energy to support the 10th Annual Riverside Antler Breakfast. Well, folks, the event is drawing to a close. The Support Local auction is now closed to bids, so please check in the chat to see what you've won. Congrats to all the winners, and the Riverside BIA will be getting in touch with you soon to arrange for your items. You've been an incredible audience, and thank you again for your support. And please keep supporting local here in Riverside. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.